The deaths today in the Channel demonstrate once again that the government's policy of trying to deter people isn't working. It isn't working, and it's not going to work, I'm afraid. It doesn't matter whether you say you're going to send people to Rwanda or to the North Pole. People who are desperate, these people are desperate. They've already left their homes. You're not going to be deterred by the thought that you might be sent off to somewhere strange. You're already going somewhere strange. And these people are in the hands of smugglers whom they trust because they've got nobody else to trust, because everything is gone. And we in Britain, under the direction of people like Priti Patel and Suella Braverman, have subscribed to an idea that we can offer as little as possible. We can throw money at other people to take on our responsibilities. What we need to do is offer clear legal routes to the UK with consulates or processing centres in other countries, particularly the countries of origin, so that we can actually stop people putting their trust in criminals. We need to interpose ourselves, I think is the expression that was it Lytton Strachey used. We need to interpose ourselves between the smugglers and these desperate individuals. We need to be there first with either a clear no or a clear yes. That decision-making process can take place outside of the UK. And the idea that everything has to be processed in the UK and people need to be kept in ridiculous hotels, boosting the coffers of second-rate hoteliers, is foul. Utterly, utterly foul. And it must change. It must change. And it's not something, I hope, that a future Labour Party is going to consider. Any government that comes in at the next election is going to have to clear those hotels and that Home Office backlog. Now, there are two ways of doing that. Way number one is to slowly process all those applications and slowly reduce the numbers in the hotels. I don't think that's very effective. Way number two is to change the expectation and to grant significantly more numbers of migrants the opportunity to work, to rent their own or own their own home, and to take responsibility for living in this country, to show how determined they are to make a contribution to the UK. And that would have a very positive effect. And in the same way, I think we need to, rather than importing agricultural workers from, I couldn't believe it the other day, a teacher from Uzbekistan was telling me that there were offers for agricultural workers in the UK from Uzbekistan. We had adverts and agreements with Uzbekistan. This is madness, utter madness. When we have so many people, so much manpower available, not in the people who are out of work, that may be a different matter, but in the sheer number of migrants who are waiting here. And the naysayers will say, "Oh, would you let undocumented migrants out into the real world?" We've already let them into the real world. We've let them stay in hotels. They're not in prison, they're in hotels. And if they want to wander off and do something, then they can. And sometimes they do. And sometimes people go missing. And that's our responsibility too. But if people are gainfully employed, we actually know where they are. More than that, they're then paying tax and they're making an effort, and that must be good. If we can say that people who are unemployed should make an effort, then surely we can say the same of people who are coming here looking for sanctuary. People want to work, and we are stopping them. And then we are telling people, other people, that they have to work when they're not able to work, when they are particularly constrained by illness or depression or physical illness or mental illness, or simply the absence of the sort of jobs that people can do, that people have been trained for, that people are suited to. And that is going to become a bigger problem as artificial intelligence takes over, as greater mechanization takes over. Jobs are going to be scarcer. We have to find a way around that. And telling people that they have to work, or after 18 months they're going to be stuck in destitution, is not the way of a civilized government. What are we suggesting? That we're going to put them out on the streets. Oh, and then not give them a tent. It's absurd.